Hello everybody, Pinstripe here. Welcome back to the Hogs of War League. Week 3 is kicking off with this match here between Bobby and AxBy94. Or is it AxBy? I seem to be getting that mixed up. AxBy, yeah, you know who they are. Both of these players, are looking to get their first points on the board in the league. They have suffered 2 defeats so far, and this is of course match 3 for both of them. It seems that Bobby is going for a heavy weapons, a sapper, a medic, a grenadier, and another sapper. We are, of course, starting on one-way system. And it's just a question as to what will Axe be going for. But switching it up to a paratrooper, sapper, grenadier, and then finishing it up with a scout and what I can only assume, of course, to be a medica, orderly man. And I think we are ready to kick things off here. And here we go. So, of course, this match contains the map that will be used in the second game. So after this game on one-way system, we'll be switching to Dam Busters. Now, as I mentioned before, that map has some altered things about it, which we'll get into in game 2, but for now let's focus on one-way system, kicking things off here with AxBy94. As things begin, he's going to start with the jetpack strategy, probably looking to knock him into the water, although facing the opposite direction here, so not going to get too much knockback from that first jetpack. But he does still have some time. And don't forget, he does have the cattle prod, should he decide to scoop him further afield, which is looking very promising here. One-way system, of course, is notorious. Ooh, almost running out of time. Look at him, he's swimming lengths in the swimming pool. And he should make it back home. But not without taking 120 damage in total. And that's a good start from AxBy. There is, of course, body blocking between that paratrooper and the sapper, so unless Bobby feels like losing a player, he's going to have to leave him alone, but he has been practicing his mortar shots, as far as I'm aware. Both players looking to practice as much as possible, and look at that shot. Beautiful mortar shot there, full 50 damage. It doesn't get the extra, but I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Both players with some powerful blows to start things off. But there are, of course, plenty of crates on one-way system, rocket launchers being the key ones. And the center portion of the map is quite a dangerous place to be, with the combination of water, explosive barrels, all kinds of stuff. But I was saying that this map, of course, is notorious for its amount of water. I mean, it covers, at least half of this map, with those areas of water being very dense and very lengthy. So it can take pigs a long time to swim back to land, and obviously causes a lot of damage along the way. But I feel like Bobby's going to retaliate here, of course, with a TNT, looking to deal roughly the same amount of damage, depending on how much knockback he can get here, and where AxBy's paratrooper ends up. Will he bounce? No, he blasts him onto that platform. Not necessarily where he wants to be, because he can then take that pickup, which again, rocket launchers, very deadly. But both grenadiers here stood next to each other. But it is a question as to, will he knock him off? Will he go for the kill? The sapper is only on 23 health, but right now it's all about the grenadier. And he's playing it safe with a weak throw, but bouncing him into the water. Should get some water damage here, seeing as the pig has to turn around. Ooh, and looking to get the explosion off the rolling grenade. But by that point, Bobby's pig had run away. So I imagine Bobby's going to be looking to heal him, but both of his pigs over there are quite far away. But he does have tranquilizers to spare. So most likely he'll be looking to gain himself an extra turn. Maybe not, as he goes for the grenade launcher. Good damage there. And where is AxBy's pig swimming? Is the question. I mean, the outer edges of that map, it could be close to the boundary line of the invisible wall, so maybe the pig couldn't swim back again because, I don't know, the coding knew that that was a slippery area, but he could have gone onto the land at least. But Bobby getting the quick kill on AxBy's medic, so he is without any kind of healing. And all he has here is a scout who is of course going to poison the orderly, which in the long run could be match winning, but it all depends on all depends on the positioning at this point. So Bobby moving his grenadier, he's going to want to get rid of AxBy's paratrooper with the trusty high explosive grenade. It needs to be careful though. Might have bounced off the radar dish there. But Tenko goes down, so it is now 5 versus 3 as Bobby takes the lead, but he does have low health as AxBy's scout and sapper still have full health. So it could be a simple 1-2-3 for AxBy if he pushes this sapper in the right direction, takes out the other sapper that is on low health, and the grenadier as well. But will this be enough to push him into the water? It is. He bounces, faces the right way though, and lives. He makes it just on that outer edge. Bobby has to be careful here though. Doesn't want to slip off, but he does make it back to the mainland. And seeing as his pig is kind of a goner, he could have gone for the rocket launcher over there. Or is it a jetpack? I honestly don't remember. Or is it just a different weapon? Someone let me know in the comments, because I'm probably wrong. But not risking it too much. But there should be a kill on the cards here for AxBy, as he is surrounded by fairly low health pigs. With the Grenadier on 64, Sapper on 23. He's going to go for the Grenadier, or potentially the Sapper. He's going to body block the Sapper. And looks for the kill on the Grenadier. Gets rid of that high damage. Don't forget AxBy, all of AxBy's pigs just before. Whoa, look at that shot. Beautiful shot by AxBy. And he is a gunner. But the plus side for Bobby, he does still have the full health gunner. Needs to be careful though, doesn't want to slip off the edge and get some unnecessary damage. The Sapper on 120 health. And the Grenadier as well, still on full health, also on 120. And he needs to not forget about the Sapper, sorry, the Scout that is currently on the other side of the map. So going for the flamethrower shot here is going to get a lot of damage. Gets plenty of 6 damage there, multiplied by 4, 24 plus the water damage. But his orderly here could be in trouble, depending on where AxBy decides to move his scout. So he's taking the long way round, moving away from the orderly. Doesn't want to get tranquilized necessarily. Could gain an extra turn here, as he changes his mind to do so. It's almost as if they can read my mind. But as long as he gets the contact here, which he does, Bobby will now lose a turn unless he could get his medic to him. But it doesn't look like he doesn't really look like he's going to have the chance. But again, back to the Sapper. Could get a lot of water damage here. Again, I'm surprised that AxBy hasn't really cleaned up just yet, as that Sapper was the first pig to take a bunch of damage on that very first turn. And he does gain a bit of extra damage there as well, 14. But he reduces the Grenadier's health to just below half. And it's a very close game here. Both teams equally matched so far. Blow for blow. And the strength in both sides currently lies in the amount of health that they have between each other, both in terms of their entire team. But look at that stretch of water, and look at this TNT placement. If he can remove the gunner here from this match, it's going to be a heavy blow for Bobby. Knocks his health down to 90. Oh, and he's got a long way to swim. Think of it as a countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, just makes it on 5 health. And Bobby has a question. Does he heal the pig that will lose a turn, or does he risk it and heal his gunner? Most likely it will be the pig that will be missing a turn, but he is running out of time, so he's going to play it safe instead and gain himself an extra turn, which is perhaps the wiser thing to do. If he'd have been quicker, he could have done both, but the orderlies aren't exactly the fastest class in multiplayer. So AxBy has a decision to make here. He's going to use this covered area, get some cover going, protect himself in this corner. But instead he's going to change his mind and move back towards the sapper. Going to go for the kill, gets the shot. So another one of Bobby's pigs falls. It is now 3v3. Make that 3v2. But AxBy will miss a turn as well, so it's back to Bobby's heavy weapons dude, who could potentially get a kill here. Now if he takes down the sapper, then it's all to play for. This is really going to come down to the wire here, guys. Bobby looking for the mortar shot, but he turns his attention to the scout, to the sapper even. Needs to get contact on this mortar shot. Does he overhit it? Does he get protected by the tree? The tree might absorb the damage here. It does. And that's going to be very costly for Bobby. He gambled on the mortar shot. Probably should have gone for the bazooka to finish things off. And he will pay the price as AxBy looks to finish off his gunner. Full 30 damage. Gunner is down, but Bobby does still have tranquilizers. However, it is a 3 versus 1 situation, as AxBy has a scout on full health. And I keep forgetting about that scout as well. I was looking at the minimap like, oh, they both got 2 pigs left. No, AxBy still has that scout. And Bobby is going for the guided missiles, which could prove very worthy. Doesn't want to take too much damage here. Falls in the water, down to 90 health. And he needs to focus on his position. Just about getting the missile launched. And he's going for the scout. Knocks him away there. Bounces him in the water. This could be... oh, this is going to be a kill potentially. No. The scout makes it back on land. But great play there from Bobby. Using as much time as possible. Making sure he's not too close to the explosive barrel. He could take damage here though. I mean, he's going to potentially from AxBy's Grenadier. But again, it's all to play for. And like I said earlier, the poison gas that was launched by AxBy's scout coming into play, down to 17 health. And unfortunately, that is going to be game, set, and match. Well, not quite game, set, and match. That's going to be round 1 to AxBy, as he gets a good cluster bomb shot. And all Bobby can really do is limp away. He has no method of healing himself. So all he can really do is go for the consolation kill on the Grenadier. Gets him. So AxBy finishing with 2 players. And yeah, you have to feel for Bobby on that one. But he could have turned things around had that mortar shot dropped in the right area. Then it would have been game on. But it was very costly in the end. And that ultimately cost him this first round. AxBy doesn't really need to do anything here. He can just skip his turn. But he's going to go for the poison shot anyway. Or the sniper shot. Or the grenade launcher shot. Or he could hide. Doesn't really matter. As ultimately that is going to be round 1 to AxBy. So we're going to switch over now to the next map of Dam Busters. As both of these opponents are very equally matched. I am very excited to see what happens next. Stay tuned, everybody. So, welcome back, everybody. We're on to round 2 on Dam Busters. Bobby going for 2 heavy weapons. A medic, a grenadier, and a sapper. No paratroopers. Very interesting. Meanwhile, AxBy is going to go for a paratrooper. Potentially a heavy weapons. He's going to swap the heavy weapons for the sapper. And change him as well to a heavy weapons. Oh, it's going for a heavy one. 1 paratrooper, 3 heavy weapons, and a medic. It seems that AxBy has been practicing on this altered version of Dam Busters. Now, if you ever played this map, you'll know that there's normally 2 artilleries placed on top of the dam. They have been removed, and instead the players' spawn positions have been changed. I don't think Bobby's played this version of Dam Busters just yet, so it's going to be a first for him, which is why AxBy's lineup is a little bit more organized. But it's Bobby to go first, looking to get a win on the board and potentially take us to a 3rd match, but immediately picking up the health crate and going for the mortar shot. This is a tricky one, seeing as the dam is pretty damn tall. But as you can see, the spawn locations, as I said, have been changed, which makes it all about the map. The previous issue that made this map not compatible for multiplayer, sorry, not compatible for competitive, was the fact that the artilleries were on top, which meant that whoever went first could just fly up to the artillery. Whoa. Beautiful flying there from AxBy. Yeah, you could fly up to the top, take the artillery, and instantly deal a ton of damage to the other team, who are, well, their previous spawn locations had them sort of all in a line, which wasn't great. So we switched that up. So a big thank you to the Reheated team for sorting that. The details on how we were doing that will be released on my channel at some point soon. You guys will see everything that has been going on behind the scenes. But for now, Bobby is again on the back foot, looking to get a chunky mortar shot. He is going to deal the full amount of damage, maybe some extra, not quite, but 49 damage there. Basically removing that health crate that was picked up by AxBy's paratrooper. And yeah, it's all about the heavy weapons and paratrooper combo. AxBy, of course, going with the orderly just to make sure he has some kind of healing, looking to angle his shot where necessary. Again, it's a very, very tricky one to judge. He might damage his own pig here, but he does. Oh dear. And into the water as well, not what he was wanting. And seeing as that gunner has fallen, he has moved away from the health crate. But if Bobby were to turn around, he could pick up the jetpack that is in the corner on his side. But he's probably going to play it safe and go for the trank shot, just to gain himself an extra turn. So both sides equally balanced here. Obviously, AxBy wasn't looking to damage his own pig. But whether or not he goes for a run and tries to collect the jetpack is of questionable. It's just questionable, you know. But he's going to pick up the health crate, which will basically remove most of the damage taken accidentally. He's back up to 124. And yeah, I don't know. It's nice to see the heavy weapons class getting some love on a map that really needs you to be precise with your mortars. AxBy, again, just doing it a little bit too short. Needed a little bit more mustard. Might get a bit of damage here. He does, with 13 on the sapper. And the grenadier needing to make the charge either to the paratrooper's position, take him down, or does he pick up the jetpack crate. He's going to go for the cluster bomb, but it depends on how accurate he can be. Gets a chunky amount of damage there, at least 90, 80 or so maybe. But speaking of jetpacks, the two crates up here are going to be, well, jetpacks, I'm afraid. Nothing interesting. It's all about mobility. But he could use them here to deal damage. Or not. Instead, he's going to blast him down. Interestingly, onto his own side, which may give Bobby the opportunity to deal some damage to AxBy's pigs. As he does fall in, he's going to take probably another 20 damage here, down to 76, and it is his turn. So again, he's probably going to look to bounce him along the water's edge. Remove the health that he picked up not too long ago. Wants to get the water damage as well. And he will take some, but not as much as Bobby would have liked. And now it's AxBy's turn to do some healing and some tranking, most likely. Tranquilizer, a vital piece of equipment for the orderly in multiplayer. I just wish he had medical balls or medical darts or something. It would really change how he could be used defensively as a class in multiplayer, and offensively as well, in combination with the trank and rifle burst. But back to Bobby's pig here, who did pick up the health crate to begin with. He's looking to finish off the paratrooper here, who is still on fairly low health. Interestingly, going for the pistol shot, so not looking to kill him just yet, hoping to gain an extra turn. And of course he will miss his go, which means it's then back to Bobby's gunner. And you can see that both teams have their pigs fairly spread out, although 90% of Bobby's team are in this corner, which could be dangerous later on, unless he can knock AxBy's pig off the high ground. That is going to do it. That is going to knock him down. 32 damage on the gunner. Into the water as well. Bounces in there. Well, look at that. That's a solid 60 damage or so. So he's down to 67. And it's back to AxBy's gunner. Still on full health. Just chilling in the corner. But look at how many crates there are on both sides. Both of them have the chance to collect them as they are jetpacks and make a move, you know, gain the high ground. But seeing as this is a map that we haven't really used yet, it all just takes some practice and getting used to. This is actually one of the maps that I am familiar with, but Bobby has to be careful here not to slice this pig anywhere near his own. That should be a nice simple kill. So taking him down, he has lost his mobility class as the paratrooper goes down, and it's all about the heavy weapons and the orderly combo for AxBy at the moment. Whoopsie daisy. He's going to go for the long shot here. Should be a simple full power shot from one corner to the next. But taking his time on this one. He might undershoot it. We never know. Will it go in the water? Doesn't hit anybody. Doesn't make any kind of contact. And Bobby gets away with it on that one. But will he notice the crates? He doesn't go for them. He changes direction. I'm just waiting for the point when one of them collects a crate and is like, ah, cool. I can move around. But Bobby could have got the kill here, but instead he's going with the high explosive grenade, basically playing it safe as he gets the kill anyway. So it is now 5 versus 3, but AxBy looking to take down the sapper, who is currently tranquilized and in enemy territory. So just taking his time here, thinking about the best choice of action. Don't think he's going to get full damage on this shot, looking to no-scope potentially. But he'll definitely get 15, it's just whether or not it knocks him away. Does get the 30, but misses the next one, which would have been 45 damage in total. Doesn't really matter, seeing as he ended up having to miss his turn. But Rawfish still sitting comfortable on 140 health. But don't forget that Bobby's Gunner did pick up the health crate at the start of this match, so he sits with almost 200 health. So Battle of the Bazookas. Oh, 47 damage on the Orderly. He's got to be happy with that one. But speak of the devil, it is back to Mr. 190 health Gunner. And again, 5 crates now on both sides. 10 crates in total. And for me, it's just a countdown on how long it takes for either side to realize and make a move, because there is a health crate on AxBy's side, so that is there should he need it. Bobby undershooting slightly and getting unlucky with the follow-up, so only 17 damage there. But does AxBy take the kill here? He could get an easy shot with the flamethrower, but he's going to play it safe with the bazooka. And gets the necessary damage to take him down, but does he slide down? Oh, that's going to be costly. That's going to damage his own pig, who might fall in the water. He does. Lots of damage incoming, as he's down to 49 health. Unnecessary damage there, you could say. But Bobby is looking to capitalize with his gunners. And I have to say, it's 4v3. Bobby has the health advantage as well. Oh, and 49 damage on the Orderly. Just so much damage there. But finally the crates are realized. All of the jetpacks. He doesn't want to take all of them, but he is probably going to go for the health crate. Not before he does some healing though, of course. But he is running out of time. Only 10 seconds to go. He did take up his turn really collecting those jetpacks. So whether or not he has enough time to collect his own health crate, it doesn't look like he's going to have enough time. And the position of his Orderly and Gunner there might be costly. So I think Bobby might be looking to heal. But again, he needs to be wary of the timer. Luckily standing a little bit closer to his teammate. Boosts him back up to 133 health. And again, Orderly not being left with that much time to spare. So he's going to get a quick grenade launcher shot here. Going to blast it full power. Does it make it? Skims across but bounces just too high. That was unlucky there for Bobby. AxBy basically hugging the dam wall. He's all out of mortars, so it's down to a bazooka battle. And who can blast who first? So getting a good angle. This should have enough to deal some damage here. 36. That's a brilliant shot there by AxBy. Wasn't expecting that. It's a tough angle. I have to say that I wouldn't have got it, but Bobby here scrambling with the grenade launcher. He's going to be looking to knock these pigs into the water and of course trying to avoid any sort of bounce that might occur. He's looking to skim it and it lands right in the water. That is very unlucky, and I'm guessing AxBy is going to look to move his pigs away from here so that they're not stood too close together. But seeing as he has a mortar left, he's going to position himself on this ridge, which from a distance is a difficult shot to hit, let me tell you. Again, looking to deal any kind of damage, as neither side is really making the move to close the gap with the use of the jetpacks. But essentially, whoever does might end up in the drink. Because if you move too close to the enemy side, then, well, for however many turns, your pig will be over there just taking damage. So you do take the risk, but that hasn't stopped anyone from taking the high ground so far. But just a lack of movement from both sides as Bobby gets unlucky there again with his last mortar shot. And again, AxBy is going to look to either jetpack away or jetpack to the health crate. But not before, again, he does some healing. It's still 4 versus 3. And I think from this first match, Dambusters is proving to be a fairly slow endeavour, but that's only due to the skill level of both players. Now, I don't mean that, I don't want anyone to take any offence from that, but I'm sure that many of us watching would have done things differently. But he does pick up the health crate. And again, you can see all of the jetpacks on Bobby's side. He hasn't picked any of them up. He hasn't moved really from that ground area on his side. But he's finally making the move here again. Changing his mind, not going for those jetpacks. And that is a tough angle to hit. But will his shot be fruitful? It will indeed. Oh, almost a full damage shot, 38 in total. Doesn't get the water damage, which is unlucky. So almost cancels out the health crate that was picked up. And AxBy looking to make a move potentially. Or staying put. Both sides are just slugging this out here with bazookas. Looking for that angle. Doesn't seem to make it. As it's back to Bobby. Going with the grenade launcher, looking to slowly whittle down the health of the orderly. Not quite. Missing that shot just about. Plenty of angles being used. None of them really at the default angle. That's a good shot there from AxBy. Not knocking him into the water though, that is unlucky. Back to Jim Bob the Grenadier, who doesn't really have much to offer. But he would if he had some kind of jetpack. So yeah, this map is great. It is, well, it's not great. It's okay. But it's really going to be up to the community as to whether it remains, gets the damage there, 21 in total. So he's down to 65 health. But yeah, before I get sidetracked again, it's going to be up to the community to really decide if this map should stay in competitive, in our own map pool for the league. Because, you know, I don't want to add these maps in and then just sort of impose them onto the participants to play them. Because if they are too slow, if they're not too fun, if they're unfair in any kind of way, then we may have to look at removing them. But so far, as I said, the speed of this game, the slowness of this second match is mainly due to neither player really looking to move from their position. But Bobby here making the most of his accuracy with the bazooka, gets the full 40 damage. A beautiful shot there, knocking the orderly's health down to 25. And I have to say, if he does manage to take down the orderly, then that is the point when he needs to strike. He needs to move 2 pigs in to close the gap, use the jetpacks, maybe even deal some damage with the jetpacks. But the question is, will he? Will he move from his perch? He basically has 2 pigs to use so long as he gets the kill on the orderly. But it doesn't look like he's going to move from this low ground, which kind of protects him from incoming fire. And again, he's been very brutal so far with those bazooka shots. And he's going to continue and potentially get another kill and make it 4 versus 2. Which means that we could potentially be going for a 3rd match. So the orderly is dead. And now is the time that someone needs to make a move, as AxBy finally picks up the jetpacks as well, seeing as the other ones died with the orderly. But even though he's picked them up, he's not going to make a move. He's going to remain on this side, use the bazooka, but misses his shot. So you can really see where the paratrooper would shine a lot on this map. In fact, I'd be surprised if it is played later on in the league that players don't end up with a full team of paratroopers, because mobility is key on this map, and it's tough for the classes like the Grenadier, like the Sapper, and even the Scout for dealing any kind of damage. You know, those are the classes that need to collect the jetpacks that are there, that are provided, and maybe move to a different spot. But at the same time, this map is kind of limiting because it is just one side and the other. There isn't really anywhere to hide. But AxBy taking down one of the pickup crates that Bobby wants nothing to do with. And he deals 11 damage there. This is certainly a sleep fest. I mean, no offense to both players, but there isn't really much excitement happening in this match so far. Both players taking their time to deal their shots, sometimes missing, sometimes dealing minimal damage, as AxBy fires another one that also deals some small amount of damage, a little bit of water damage as well. But boy oh boy, does someone need to make a move here. I think it's safe to say that neither side really want to make any kind of moves here. And this seems to be the stalemate nature of Dam Busters so far. But finally some progress is made on the health of one side, as AxBy gets the full amount of damage and the water damage as well. And Bobby remaining with the grenade launcher. Again, trying to whittle down the health of the gunner that sits on 68 health, but missing his shot entirely. And it's back to AxBy94. And at this point, I'm really questioning the sanity of both players. I'm also questioning the sanity of myself as I sit here and, well, I'm sorry, at this point, painfully watch both sides try and deal damage. I think this will go down in history as the slowest Hogs of War game so far in competitive, as Bobby finally moves away from the water. And rather than pick up... No, he's going to pick up the jetpacks. Will he end the stalemate? He won't. But he did pick up a jetpack in the long run. And that's going to be a little bit too far again. But finally, something happened. As AxBy makes the move after the blimp is hit. We've had about 20 minutes of just back and forth, and finally a crate drops down. And he takes the risk of picking this one up because he could slip in. But I think he might be just okay. He slips down, but he picks up an F-Rain airstrike and he's in the water. And he's going to miss a turn. And Bobby potentially could get the kill here and pick up the F-Rain airstrike. I'm so excited, guys, because something is happening. Would you believe it? But Bobby might just finish off the pig here rather than getting the crate. As he goes down. And that kind of proves my point about dam busters. If you end up going for something... I mean, it was unlucky because the crate did land on the edge, causing him to slip off in the end. But at this point, this is really where Bobby needs to close the gap, make a move, send one of his pigs over the top. Because AxBy is going to keep hammering down those bazooka shots. And that's going to be costly for his orderly. So the Grenadier is coming out. And hopefully looking to move into the danger zone. He won't have enough time to get the jetpack, but he will be looking to change his position for the time being as he looks to deal a maximum of 30 damage. 30 damage in total, not 30. I do speak English, I do. That is a beautiful shot there from Bobby, as Raw Fish is reduced to 94 health in total. And things are starting to heat up as AxBy is on the back foot. Bobby still with 4 players remaining. As he takes his time here, 10 seconds to go. Remaining in this area that's hugging the dam. And that might be a little bit too short here. No, it drops just enough, and that could be, no, almost the end of the orderly. But he does survive. And it's back to Keanu to try and nudge Raw Fish into the water and finally finish this game. But can he do it? Can he deal any kind of damage from here? No, is the answer, as that shot is a little bit too far. Okay, does deal some damage. He's now down to 82. And AxBy doesn't really have anywhere to move to. Doesn't have any jetpacks. He could potentially bury himself into the corner of his own side of the map, as that does provide some decent protection from incoming damage. But needed to get a shot away. Doesn't quite angle it too well. Focuses too much on his position. Not enough time taking his turn. And loses it in total. Bobby here finally making a move with the jetpack. Now is the time to strike. And this might cost him some time, but he should land safely. And deal some much needed damage in the long run. So getting the maximum 40 damage there. Wonderful shot from Bobby. Almost sliding in the water. He's now down to 42 health. And finally we'll actually see some action here, with both pigs in sight of each other. AxBy just looking to knock him in the water potentially. Just over to the left. Doing just enough. And yep, down the dam wall into the water. Not quite dead. But he finally made the move, the sacrifice, to move one of his pigs, deal some damage, and get one step closer to a win here in the second round, overshooting the grenade shot there. And AxBy could get a kill here, which might deter Bobby from moving his pigs into that area. But if you think about it mathematically, in the long run, Bobby is superior in terms of numbers. So there wouldn't be too much harm in closing the gap. But his pig does perish in the water. Abraham is down. And it's back to the Grenadier, who should be looking to finish this game with a jetpack shot in combination with the cluster bomb or the high explosive grenade. Either will do. Either will end this very long fiasco. Again, playing it safe. Might run out of time here. Just needs to get it down. Needs to remain on the high ground. 1 second remaining. And Bobby overthrows the shot. Does he? No, he gets the full amount. And finally this round is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a third round. And I need a break after that one because well, that took way too long. So, welcome back everybody to the third and final game here of this match between Bobby and AxBy. He's going for a sapper, 2 heavy weapons, a medic, and somebody else. Meanwhile, AxBy going for 3 scouts and 2 paratroopers, so no healing for AxBy. And this final map, of course, being on Bridge the Gap, which is essentially the opposite to Dam Busters. So there's no giant hill in the way. Everyone can see each other. Hopefully everyone can shoot each other as well. And yeah, hopefully I won't go too crazy during this match. But whoever wins will, of course, get their first 3 points on the board. It is AxBy to go first, as the final game to be played is randomized. Immediately picking up the mortars and is looking for the espionage effect of being hidden from the map. So 3 of his pigs will be hidden on the mini-map. Whether or not that will have any effect for Bobby, who knows. But angling that shot pretty well as he destroys the crate and gets the hit on the orderly. He is already down to 36. Now you remember that wall climbing is not allowed on any of these competitive matches, which means that the wall climb on this map can't be used. So anyone looking to get to the other side will have to use some kind of jetpack. AxBy does have mobility in his paratroopers, so perhaps takes the advantage with that one, but Bobby looking to get a big old hit with the mortar. 49 damage in total. And it is back to his scout to deal some long-range damage either with his sniper rifle or with the whole bunch of mortars that are provided on this map. He does have 2 pigs positioned close to each other here, so this could be a lot of damage for AxBy. Just needs to angle it right. He is using keyboard. He is a keyboard user, and he just about gets his shot away just before 0. Doesn't do what he intended it to do. And Bobby gets away with it there as he moves his pigs away from each other. Looking to go on the bridge here. Potentially. Maybe using the bridge as a means of protection, perhaps? Who knows? There is only one route onto the other side. But that does involve going over a minefield. He's only going to get 14 damage with that shot. So both players looking for quick damage with the mortars, but not really coming up trumps in the end. Similar to the last game, really. So AxBy potentially looking to knock Bobby's gunner off the bridge. Or if not him, get the pig behind him. That might be a little bit too short as it goes over the blimp. And back down just short again. So now it's time to potentially pick up some tranquilizers, maybe a roller grenade here and there. But both sides are extremely stubborn in their approach, sticking to long-range weaponry such as the mortars and the bazookas. But Bobby here dishing out the maximum. Again, he has been very consistent so far with these mortar shots. He's definitely been practicing, as AxBy's paratrooper is knocked down to 31 health, but he's going to look to pick up the airburst. ×3 as well, so that'll deal him hopefully some good luck going forward in this game. But he does have a bit of protection as well in this crate, but he needs to be careful of the hitboxes, which can be a little bit funky sometimes. But he gets his shot away. Won't deal as much damage as he wanted, but he might knock off the pig here. Nope. Only 10 damage in total, and Bobby might be looking to heal wherever possible. But so far Bobby is on top with the damage. AxBy not as accurate as he might want to be, but again he does have 3 whole snipers, or scouts, whatever you want to call them. He has 3 sniper rifles, which in the long run, so long as he's accurate, will deal some hefty damage. But Bobby, again, consistency here with the mortar has been on point, as AxBy's paratrooper is knocked down to 78 health. But even with the mobility, he is refusing to make the move closer to Bobby's pigs. And for that reason, he is remaining here on his side of the map. Going to pick up both the jetpack and the airburst again. He's running out of time though. Don't think he's going to have enough time to really do anything. And yeah, maybe a little bit too long spent focusing on his own position. So Bobby with the long trek, looking to get the quick snipe. Might have missed slightly, but that should make contact. Just gets the shot there. So he's down to 100 health. And both sides trading blows here with the sniper rifle. Knocking both of their players down to 100 health. And it's back to the sapper. Bobby, of course, is missing a paratrooper, which could prove to be not so good in the long run. But I think he's falling on the fact that he does have the mortars. And again, his shots have been pretty decent so far. Again, looking to deal damage to the gunner. It's going to be an easy 1-2 shot, dealing 80 damage in total, knocking him down to 60 health. And this is where things get a little bit tricky. But Bobby does remain in the open. So not looking to stand behind the hut, the metal crate as it were, but getting the full amount of damage, knocking him down to 90 health. And that scout there taking the full force of Bobby's incredible mortar shots so far in this final game between Bobby and AxBy94. This is of course match 11 in the league, so there is still 39 matches to go before the playoffs, but hopefully they will be a lot faster than this one. Again, I mean no disrespect to either side, but This is, again, perhaps the slowest Hogs of War match I have ever witnessed. Which isn't a bad thing. I just feel a bit sleepy. Yeah, it's just been a very slow and arduous process. But Bobby is looking to speed things up here with his shots that are continuing to deal damage. But can he be accurate enough to take out Kendo, who still has the air bursts at his disposal? Only 12 damage there, maybe some extras. 13, so only 25 damage from that shot. Bobby is outdoing himself here with the mortars. And looking to heal what has just been damaged, or at least 95% of it. So boost him back up to 95 health. Remember, only one use of the healing hands per turn is permitted if you have an orderly on your team. And he could potentially knock his health down to single digits here, but instead he's going to knock him into the low ground. So finally someone falls into the hole. And yes, he is down into those single digits, as mentioned. But the jetpack does drop down. Sorry, he's down to 13 health. So not quite, but almost. So AxBy looking to take his turn with the paratrooper this time. You remember last time he managed to position himself in here, but not get a shot away. Bobby's still with a full health pig on the other side of the map. And so for that matter, he misjudges it completely and ends up overshooting that shot. But Bobby could potentially get a kill here. Doesn't want the scout to collect the jetpack. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for the kill here. Just needs to angle his shot where it needs to be, so long as he can get a sightline, which he does. And that will be the first kill of the game. It's only taken about 20 minutes. No, but these are some tough maps for both players. It's difficult to try and make a move without feeling like you are going to end up making a mistake. But the question at the moment is whether or not Bobby is able to come back, seeing as he was 1-0 down at the start of this match. And AxBy, you can really feel, is on the back foot. He went for the scout strategy and gets unlucky there as he hits the blimp. Strike number 2 on the blimp. We had one blimp destroyed on Dambusters, once here as well. And boy, oh boy. Bobby looking to remove the threat of the scouts. And that is his last mortar, but not before dealing 34 damage and some extras. 50 damage in total. And Shogun here on 32 health. I think that is the pig that currently has the most health on AxBy's team, but he's going for the poison gas, which in the long run, if this match does prove to be another long one, could prove to be very necessary. Gets the first pig, bounces over the second, so doesn't poison everybody. Could come back here, does get the poison on the second one. That is a wonderful shot there. But do bear in mind, Bobby does have a medic, an orderly, which is not what AxBy has currently. So he does have a way of getting rid of the poison effect, sorry. And Bobby undershooting that one slightly, but he's going to pull back 29 health. Gets the kill as well. AxBy now down to 3 pigs. Paratrooper on 31, the other paratrooper on 78, and Shogun, the other scout, on 132. And it's really going Bobby's way here. At the moment, Could we be looking at a win for Bobby in this Week 3, Match 11 of the Hogs of War League Season 1? The one thing you have to admire at the moment is just how effective Bobby has been at keeping his distance and playing the very long game with the mortars. He even destroys the bridge, dealing 43 damage in total, knocking Shogun's health down, to below 100. But Bobby is running out of mortars, but that's not to say he can't do the same thing with bazookas. And this should be almost a hefty shot there, but the damage does get absorbed by the bridge. The bridge is destroyed, and Bobby's big pig falls to the depths of this map into the abyss below. But that will allow Bobby to remove the poison. Oh! Well, I've never seen that before, and I'm sure Bobby will be taken away by that one. We need like a slow motion replay on that one. But he went to heal the sapper, kind of tripped a little bit on the bridge, and that has made him overshoot his shot. He was kind of not prepared for that to happen. So he bumped into his sapper. His sapper fell off the edge, causing him to not be able to heal the sapper, remove the poison effect, and then he misses his shot with the mortar as well, which could prove to be costly, as AxBy has a full amount of mortars to use. And oh, that's a lot of damage. Not what Bobby would have wanted, as his pigs continue to lose health, but there are jetpacks over here, so he could get lucky. In fact, there's a lot of weapons over there. He doesn't really have the time, so he's either going to drop down, maybe throw a poison gas into one of the crates, because he needs to take out the paratrooper. It's the easiest guy to get, and indeed, once again, these players reading my mind. As Bobby throws that in, his health now down to 16, which is going to be a guaranteed turn lost for AxBy, who is looking to fly away potentially, or at least deal some damage with the jetpack onto Bobby's scout. He does indeed. 16 in total. So he's approaching the point when he could look at either gaining an extra turn or getting the kill. But he's going to scoop him instead with the cattle prod back down to where he belongs, in the hole. But it is game over for Kendo. And it's back to Bobby's sapper, who will be looking to do the same thing, but with the combination of the TNT. So dealing some quick fire damage onto the paratrooper. Good to see, a good improvement from the last game, which was proving to be a very slow one. But can Bobby deal any damage here? He's looking to deal with the TNT. Don't think he's going to make it. Plants it as close as he can as the time runs out, so he will get at least 30 damage here. At least 30 at a push. 27 is the total, knocking his health down to about 50. Almost sliding off there. But the paratrooper is the big scary man at the moment, as he does have the most health. His other paratrooper is, well, a goner at this point, but he does still have one airburst to use. So who's he going to go for? At the moment, I'm not entirely sure. I think he thinks that there's somebody over there, but there isn't. So he switches his attention to the scout. Kind of overshooting it a little bit, not entirely sure. I forgot that that scout was there. Gets the explosion. And is that a turn lost for Bobby? I'm not entirely sure at this point. But if it is, that could prove vital for AxBy, unless Bobby is able to shift into gear and take down somebody. Because a kill is needed, but he's going to be going for the roller grenade shot here, which I believe does a maximum of 40 damage. Damages his own pig in the process, as Shogun remains on 62 health. And he could gain himself an extra turn here with a shot from the snippety old sniper rifle. Angles it down. Will damage 40, leaving him with 5 health. Not enough to knock him off the edge of the cliff. But Bobby potentially losing 2 turns, but gaining 1. Doesn't want to kill the paratrooper. Needs to go for the other paratrooper, as he's kind of still in a strong position on the other side of the map. But instead goes for Shogun, who is just chilling. Doesn't want to damage his own pig. Potentially could have done. But nevertheless gains himself another turn. And perhaps could the sapper... Sorry, perhaps could the orderly heal up his pig, remove the poison effect, which is probably going to happen right about now. As his scout is on 11 health, so he would have had 1 more turn. But he's ensured that he doesn't lose another one. And then it's all about the grenade launcher to deal damage as quickly as possible. Onto the paratrooper, no less. But it does bounce off the side of the fence. And it's back to AxBy. So his scout is down to 39 health. He will have an extra turn when the sapper dies. But Bobby does have a combination of about 200 health or so with the pigs that are still alive. So no damage there from AxBy. And he will be looking to get the kill here with the scout on scout action. A single swift shot with the sniper rifle will do it. Meaning that it's going to be a 1v3 as soon as Bobby's sapper dies. So Joey Bob taking 7 damage there. The paratrooper remaining in his position, but he's going to move out of this area, it seems, onto the other side. But that could be costly, as there's only 12 seconds to go. He might have just enough time to get his shot away. Only 5 seconds left. Collects the crate. I don't think he's going to have enough time. Roller grenade coming out. Throws it. But I don't think that's going to make any kind of contact as it rolls away. And that was a bit weird. Kind of rolled back up again. But it doesn't matter, as the sapper perishes. And it is back to AxBy. So 76 health paratrooper. Still has mobility with the jetpacks. And the roller grenades as well, which are kind of unused in multiplayer. When people do play on this map, I mean, it's not exactly a go-to weapon. But dealing 36 there with the bazooka. As Bobby picks up the mortars, and here we go. I mean, he's been pretty dangerous with them so far. Doesn't want to position himself too close to the scout to his left, but I think he's not really paying attention to that, as it is 4v1, so that shot is going to be a little bit too far. And I think AxBy will be looking to his left and thinking, damn, that's kind of juicy. Maybe I should go for that one. Or he might just be looking to cut out the orderly as soon as possible. Which he does. That's a full 40, so he's down to 28 health now. But Bobby has a chance to finally diminish the health of the paratrooper. with a well-placed bazooka shot, getting almost the full amount of damage, 34, knocking him down to 48 health. 44 health even. I can't even do maths today. But AxBy is again playing it safe, looking to get the kill on the orderly. Which should be enough. 33 is the total. And now it is 3 versus 1. I forgot about Bobby's scout. He's just chilling. 31 health. He could go for the poison here, but I think he's going to be looking for the single jetpack in the corner potentially. Just depends if he has a sight line. He doesn't, which means he has to rely on the grenade launcher. Goes for the almost full power, but look at that shot. 30 damage in total, down to 14 health. And well, it's not looking good for AxBy. Bobby with the comeback. And AxBy retreats to the metal cage for some kind of protection. But in some cases it might be short-lived if Bobby can close the gap, get the damage, get the shot needed, and finish things off as AxBy goes for a full power shot. A little bit too much mustard as he misses that one. And Bobby does have a mortar, but that is a very precise angled shot that he's going to need to hit. So angles it just enough. If he can get just even a hit with the extra explosives that come out, that might be a little bit too much. Could one of them drop back maybe? No. Missing it just a tiny bit. Needed a little bit less power. And as I said, there is a jetpack in the far right corner. AxBy is going to use this opportunity to try and deal some damage. Doesn't get the shot. So it's back to Bobby, who will be looking to probably do the angled shot again. But is that enough? Gets it in. Full damage shot from Bobby to finish things off. Beautiful shot as well. And well, what do you know? Bobby wins match 11 here of the Hogs of War League. Gets his first points on the board, coming back from 1-0 down to win on Dambusters and bridge the gap. I hope you guys have enjoyed this match. I needed to lie down because that was a long one. But I hope you can join me for the next one. Plenty of matches coming up this week. Don't forget to check out the rest of the matches that are on the channel. Of course, subscribe, and I'll catch you later for the next one.